Welcome back, everyone, to the Velocity Channel. Listen, we're going to hop right into what just happened. What was it, yesterday? Uh, okay, so the Fed was talking about the 50 basis points. Listen, I want to make sure that you know you have nothing to worry about when it comes to interest, okay? And the Fed, if they keep on going up and up, what's going to happen next, right? Where are you going to be, right? Because they said that they're going to keep going up and up. So we're going to get into how you can not only solidify your position in the credit cards and the credit lines and how to get out of, right? How to get out of any debt that you may find yourself in through your credit line. We're also going to show you why you don't need to be concerned when the Fed hikes the interest rates up to the sky, which they said they are on the road to doing. Listen, folks, I know that there's a lot of people that comment, listen, what about the advanced fees? What about the transaction fee if you're using another service, right? And you're still using your credit line. And what about the debt? What about the interest? Isn't the interest important? Listen, I'm not saying that the interest is not important. I'm just saying that the interest when you're using Velocity Banking isn't as important. That's very important to distinguish, all right? Because the Fed, okay, Federal Reserve, just announced to the whole world, listen, we're going to raise the interest rates 50 basis points, 0.5%. And you know what? He said, we might continue to raise them. Okay? So first of all, you do not take care of the situation that we're in, right? With the Federal Reserve. Okay? You do it by deregulation and different things like that. But listen, that's another lesson for another day. We want to make sure that you know why you don't have to be concerned about a single thing. This is why we use percentage rates as high as 40% to show you, right, that there's nothing to be afraid of when you're talking about interest rates. All right? So they're going to raise it to 0.5%, right? And then they may raise it again in February. And they may raise it again in April. And they may raise it again and again and again. Okay, well, let's say it's at 40%, okay? 40%, folks, right? That's high, isn't it? But it's not high when you're talking about putting your income inside of your line of credit. And so that CC just stands for credit card, right? Line of credit. Why? Because it's not functioning the same way as your checking and your savings account. It's not functioning the same way. The credit card does not do that. Since when has a savings account or a checking account, when has the banker came to you and said, look at how you are stewarding your money? You're such a great steward of your money. You got 5,000 in there. You got 10,000 in there. What we're going to do is we're going to give you an extra $10,000 because you are such a great steward of your money. They'll never do that. But they will with the credit line. Do we understand? And a lot of people confuse the credit line with a debt because they're not using it as an asset. Does that make sense? Because how you're supposed to use it, you're supposed to use it as the income comes into the line of credit. And then from the line of credit, that's how you pay your expenses. But a lot of times what happens? People from their income start paying their credit card or their line of credit, and they also start paying their expenses. Oh, and if they have a loan, by the way, oh, we got to pay that too. And that's why the people are like, oh my goodness, look at all this debt that we have. It's because you're not using one vehicle to pay them all. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You need to use this one vehicle, all right? So let me break down why it's not that big of a deal with the percentage rates. Let's take an easy number like $1,000, all right? And let's go ahead and say you have the $1,000 at the 40%. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to erase all of this and come right back. So let's get into it. All right. $1,000 at 40%. What is that? What is that? That's $400, right? That's $400 going away from you. So we'll go ahead and put that right here. Now, I know a lot of you are like, man, see, I told you. If I use that credit card, it's going to be $400. However, that 40% is what? What kind of percentage rate is it? Is it annual? Is it monthly? Is it semi-monthly? Is it daily? It's an annual percentage rate. All right, so let's go ahead and put that APR there. So what does that mean? That's $400 for the entire year. So that means if your $1,000, you kept that for the entire year, this is how much in interest you will be paying. $400 for the entire year. Now, I have to ask you a question. Did you get this money, right? Was it unsecured or was it secured? That's what matters. If it's unsecured, that money's not yours anyway. You're using other people's money, and congratulations, right? If it's secured, who cares? It's still reporting to the credit bureaus, and they're still looking at you, and they're wanting to give you more money. Okay? And so with the $1,000, let's say, okay, you know what? I'm only going to keep this for 2 months, the $1,000 for 2 months. All right, so let's go ahead and divide it up. 400 divided by 12 is what? Equals $33.33, repeating. You remember that in school? Repeating, yeah. So let's just go ahead and say $33.33, all right, each month. And so you're only going to have that $1,000 balance for 2 months, which means what? 33 multiplied by 2, all right? Which is what? 66, right? So listen, folks. You just took advantage, right, of $1,000. And you only kept that balance for 2 months. So the interest was only $66. So it cost you how much? $66 to borrow $1,000. Now, this is why I say, let's make sure that this $1,000 is going towards an investment that's going to create for us more capital, more assets, right? So we don't have to worry about the Federal Reserve hiking the interest rates up, which they said they might do, okay? They're leaning more towards that. And that's why you never have to worry about interest rates ever again, especially when you're doing it, when you're doing your banking the velocity banking way, all right? Folks, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe this, man. We want to change the economies of the world because hardly anybody knows this. And I haven't forgot about you, LJ, over there in the Netherlands, right? We have not forgotten about you. We are influencing not only you, but your entire country because not everybody knows about this. You know, if FTX knew about this, all right, do you think they would be in the trouble that they were in? I heard they needed to pay back some credit. Perhaps they needed to allocate and administer differently. Okay? You can't solve a problem with the same mindset that made the problem, is all I'm saying. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.